Okay. Hey, hello, my name is Amber Gatlin. I'm an artist here on YouTube, and I'm going to talk about creative vulnerability hangover today. These past couple of months have been actually crazy. I produced a cabaret, well, co-produced with a very close friend of mine, and it was a charity event, and we raised over $2,000, which was amazing. It went all very well. The singers really killed it, including me. I was a singer too, so that was great. And then, like, right as we were getting to the tail end of that, I got this opportunity to be in a theater festival. So I finally finished a draft of this play that I've been wanting to write for forever. And I found 8 actors to bring it to life, and it all went very well. Like, we finished the Q to Q on time, and we had a good house, and the performances were great. Like, they all really did such a good job. But I was so just, I don't know, just like watching everyone watch this play that I had written was like one of the most vulnerable things that I have ever done in my entire life. And I literally knew like every single face in the audience from a different event or class or friend group, and having them all together and like talking to everyone afterwards. I swear I was so awkward. It was really terrible. It was really terrible. And then that night afterwards, I just could not get to sleep. Sam likes to call it a vulnerability hangover, which I did look this up, and it's actually a psychological term to describe the feelings of self-loathing and shame that come after you feel like you've shared too much, or like overshared with a friend, or like someone who's like not quite a friend yet, and you just kind of hate yourself afterwards. This has happened to me a few times in regards to art and creating, and I feel like we don't talk about it enough. As far as like being an artist and what it can cost you to share something like that. Yeah, it's kind of a lot. My anxiety in general has been getting the better of me lately, and I think it's time to go back to therapy, unfortunately. I stopped last summer because I was in a really good place, and financially things were hard for me, so I just decided to put that on pause. And I think that was a good decision because, you know, I do have a good support system emotionally. I have people around me who, you know, can help me out when times are hard, but I think with how bad my anxiety has been, it's really time to go back, unfortunately. So I'm putting that on the to-do list. I am gonna do that. And I have a few days off from work, finally, which I'm very grateful to have after all of these projects are now done with, even though I don't have any money still, because these projects, they're so like fulfilling. They nourish my soul, and they are so beautiful and wonderful. Do they make me money? No, absolutely not. In fact, a lot of times, like when I'm producing or doing this other thing, it comes at the cost of one of my shifts, or, you know, I have to like make sure I'm off of work for this amount of time, and so I end up losing money, plus like, you know, you end up paying for things, and who knows if you're gonna make that money back. So it's just hard financially. But we are focused, we are refocusing. I'm gonna do my taxes soon. I swear I'm gonna do it. I hate that I have to do it, but I'm gonna do it. It's fine. Yeah, so I have a few days off, and part of my brain is like, oh, you should be going to auditions. But I gotta tell you, I really do not want to do that. I'm just burnt out, and auditioning is soul-sucking in a different way. So I'm not gonna force myself to do that right now, because honestly, I'm much more energetically invested in this art business that I'm trying to start up, so I think I'm just going to use this time to really dig my heels in and do some work on my paintings and get some sticker designs ready. I've already started on a couple of designs. I'm calling it my lunar series because they're all kind of like based around the moon. Yeah, because I want the main theme to kind of be like a spooky season vibe. Yeah, because that's my favorite holiday, and I'm really into things that flirt with our awareness of death, or like making, I guess, the macabre more present in our lives. Things that are beautiful to look at, but also like are kind of dark and grotesque sometimes. I'm really interested in that. So yeah, yesterday I spent a lot of time cleaning my room, finally, thank God, and I made some time to do some yoga today to kind of reset my mind and my body, but I'm still trying to take it easy, and I just wanted to share a little bit of what this experience of going through the vulnerability hangover is like for a creative person. I remember this happened to me when I wrote my very first song. There's like a lot of, references to memories and inside jokes, and it was a very vulnerable thing to share. And I remember after the first time we played it live, I was like, oh my God, I want to die. Why have I done this? But that's just what it is sometimes. So yeah, I'm cleaning, I'm resting, and I started reading again. I started this book. It's The Uncensored Portrait of Dorian Gray by Oscar Wilde. I actually picked it up because it kind of reminded me of my play, and I thought there would be some good inspo because a lot of these characters are very romantic and flirtatious and kind of sassy, like Oscar Wilde's characters tend to be, and I was not disappointed by this book. It is exactly that. But one of the characters, who's a painter, he's like the painter, right, who paints the portrait, and he talks about not wanting to exhibit the portrait anywhere or show it to anyone, and he says that it's because he's put too much of himself into it, and he's afraid that people are going to see inside his soul if he puts it anywhere. And that is so real. Like, that is what I'm talking about, of like creating something and then it's out there and you're like, oh no, what have I done? Like, I could have just not done it. But also, I had to do it. It was a great opportunity, and I think it'll only grow and become better. And I love the play. Like, I love it. It takes this ancient Greek dialogue and it talks about love and relationship, and it puts it in a modern context, and we get to talk about a lot of things that I think people struggle to talk about with their friends sometimes, but everyone really cares. Everyone cares about finding someone to spend their life with. Everyone cares about not being lonely and finding someone to love and to have someone love them. So yeah, I think it's a very important play, and I do believe in it. But man, playwriting is not for the faint of heart, and I need a break from it. Like, it's gonna be a while before I try to do that again. Yeah, so thankful for this nice book. It's really taking me out of my problems in my life and putting me in another situation and giving me something else to think about. I do understand why they censored it. It's pretty wild. LOL. No pun intended. But yeah, some of the characters say some like pretty messed up things, but it's all kind of part of the questioning of morality and how to live your life and what's the value of youth and beauty, and how we I mean, I don't know, I'm still in the middle of the book, to be honest, but just it raises a lot of moral questions, and it's done in such a way that is so romantic and poetic and daring, and I'm really enjoying it, so I do recommend it. I'm kind of letting myself not go to auditions for a quick second because I really want this art business to exist and succeed, and from the research that I've done and from the videos that I've watched, it's clear to me that these things take time and that it's not going to happen overnight, and that if I'm really struggling with money, starting an art business is probably not the way to fix that, especially with the economy feeling like it's gonna blow up any minute and not in a good way. Yeah, it's really scary, but I'm an artist. This is what I do best, creating things and making things, and I love sharing things with people, and yeah, I mean, this is just me and who I am, and I'm lucky enough right now to have the time on my hands to be able to create something like this, and a lot of people don't even have that, so I'm gonna try to make the most of it and see where it goes. And yeah, having a business actually feels more appealing to me right now than going off to Cincinnati to work on a musical, which is wild to say because I love acting and singing and I really love musicals, but at the same time, like, I'm 27 years old, I feel like I'm gonna turn 30 tomorrow, and by that time I would like to have something that is mine, that, you know, that I can make money from, that I can make my own art and be my own boss. I mean, that is just a dream that I've had for a long time, in addition to being an actor, and I feel like if I don't start now, maybe I never will, you know? So just chugging right along, and I really appreciate you guys watching and tuning in and supporting me as I continue on this journey. So yeah, no auditions right now. I mean, I did send in a video submission the other day, so I was very proud of myself for that. I'm actually going to start an acting class soon, so I think that'll naturally bring some joy and motivation to the acting thing. I'll see where that takes me. It's been a while since I've been in an acting class, so I'm pretty excited. And apparently we get to work on whatever we want, we get to bring in our material. I'm not really sure. I'm gonna talk to someone about it today and find out some more information, but I will let you know how that goes. But yeah, let's talk about creative let's keep talking about this creative vulnerability hangover, because I do think it's something that probably affects a lot of people, not just me, and it can be very, very intense. So let's talk about it, let's process it together. If you want to leave in the comments a memory of a time where you shared something very personal and it, you know, really cost you emotionally, or you really felt very raw afterwards, I would love to hear about it. I know that's a lot to share, so no pressure to share anything like that. But yeah, thank you for watching, and I will see you in the next one. My plan is to post every 2 weeks. We'll see how that schedule goes. So yeah, I'll see you guys next time.